7, The Loneliest Feller. Martin, do something. Peter's voice sounded muffled, as if his hands were covering his face. Make it go away. Martin took a deep breath. He stuck one foot out from under the covers and then the other, as if he could just cross the room to reach the light switch. But before he could take a single step, a strange glow appeared in the corner. As he stared, the glow grew brighter, and a tall, skinny figure began to take shape. Moonlight shone through the mournful face, and the raggedy trousers held up with red suspenders and the tattered shirt. He looked like a ghostly scarecrow. "Martin!" Peter wailed and started tumbling out of his bed. "Don't fuss, boy," the ghost said in a hollow voice that was almost a moan. "No need to be afraid of old Tom Buffle." Martin clutched his pillow as if it were a rubber raft that would save him from drowning. "Who are you? What do you want?" The ghost shimmered and shook. "Tom Buffle's the name," he repeated. "Used to live in this cabin, I did, a long time ago. Right now, I'm the loneliest feller you ever see." Peter scooted across the floor and dived into Martin's bed. He pulled the sheet over his head. "Go away," he begged. Tom Buffle's face grew sadder. "I just came by for a little chat," he moaned. "Thought we might be friends, like." Martin shuddered. He couldn't imagine having a friend that he was able to see through. "Well, why do you laugh like that?" he demanded. His voice shot up. Tom Buffle shimmered wildly. "I'm just trying to be friendly," he groaned. "That's my way. Thought if I cheer you up, you'd let me come back every night." At that, Peter started to cry so loudly that Martin was afraid his parents would hear. "You'd better go," Martin said. "If my dad sees you, he'll be mad." "Can't see me or hear me," Tom Buffle said. But he started to fade as Peter's sobs continued. "People and dogs can't hear me or see me, less'n I let 'em." The last words came from a great distance. The corner was empty. "He's gone," Martin whispered. "Hush up, Peter." "Can't," Peter sobbed. He pushed back the sheet and looked around fearfully. "I don't want him to ever come back," he sniffled. "Not ever." Martin's hands were clammy. "What am I supposed to do about it?" he asked. "Besides, I feel kind of sorry for him. He says he's lonesome, and if he wants to come to talk to us, who's going to stop him?" Somehow, though, he knew they had to find a way. Popcorn Hill was the best place in the world, but he could never get used to having a ghost shimmering in their bedroom. The next morning, Peter was white-faced and quiet. Martin wondered if he looked that scared himself. Surely someone would notice. But he needn't have it worried. But they were dressed. There was a crash in the kitchen. They ran outside to find Rosie hiding under the table, and their mother looking at unbaked cookies scattered all over the floor. She jumped up and pulled the cookie sheet off the table, Mrs. Tracy exclaimed. What are we going to do about that dog?" Rosie stuck her nose from under the table and nibbled at a piece of cookie dough. "If you boys had paid more attention to her, maybe she'd behave better," Miss Tracy said crossly. "I don't understand. You wanted a dog so much, and now you hardly play with her. If we needed a watchdog, there'd be no reason to keep her." Peter made a face, and Martin knew what he was thinking. Some watchdog. The freckled nose came out again. Martin pushed another piece of cookie dough to where she could reach it. He sighed. Rosie was one problem, and Tom Buffle was another. A big one. The only good things happening these days were the visits of the sheepdog. That sheepdog was the greatest dog a boy could ever have.